Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are going to go through Act 7 Chapter 1 Quest number 2. In comparison to the first quest, I would say this is much harder. In the first one you had flares, so you just quickly went through all the path, the fights didn't last that long. But here we are going to see a node that we have seen before in Act 6.2 I believe. And you can see like there is a shield on cooldown right now, so we are doing some damage, but once the shield is on we don't do any visible damage till that shield timer runs out and is back on cooldown. So during all that time, like right now, we are saving the damage, and during this time, like if we get hit or take even a block hit, then all the damage that we dealt to him will be reflected back to us. So you don't really want that to happen because most likely you will be dead in that scenario. Although I was glad to see that like while the shield is up, if you push him to the SP3 and then phase off with Ghost with the hood synergy, then you do not take any damage at all, which is nice. And Ghost is definitely the best counter for this node. She always has been, because she doesn't need to parry or block for openings. That means like you can easily hit the opponent and you don't really have to intercept, and still you can get the openings and go in. Now the hardest fights in this path I think are the first two. So because Daredevil, he shrugs off your debuff, and his animations are really new. Like his SP1 caused me like 2-3 times and I just restarted the quest. But like Daredevil could be a little bit tricky with his parry shrugging off and his new animations and everything. And then second fight here, like this invisible woman isn't too bad with Nick Fury, but because like even when the shield is on, the bleed is doing damage, you ideally want to get in a place where you can hit the opponent even when the shield is on, and just bait the opponent's special attack, get your opening that way, and you should be fine. And there I got a WhatsApp call for a second there, but anyways, this fight is going to go down really quickly. Overall, like this quest was so much longer. The last video was about 14 minutes and then I sped up a few fights and it was 10 minutes, but this one like it was 24 minutes or something for me to do this path plus the boss. And we did not use any items. We haven't used any items so far in Act 6. We are through like completion wise, we have done 3 quests now while I'm recording this. The third one should also be out later today. This massacre is a little bit annoying. I use Clairvoyant here. Clairvoyant is just so good every time, and especially for the next chapter, she is just amazing for the first and third chapter, mainly because of the same reason that you are just dealing an insane amount of damage and healing a ton. But here, even like here for destructive feedback, she is pretty amazing because you always have the regeneration. You can go for power control if you want it, you can go for the extra damage on the incinerate if you want it. And I am running suicide masteries here because of course, so she is a great suicide friendly character with triple immunity. So that is like this is going to be a long fight, but again, because we can regenerate, like right now we are in a very good spot because we are baiting his special ones for openings, so we didn't have to block, we didn't have to bait a heavy attack or anything, and you can just easily get those openings, go for your special attack to give him power. And even though it is a long fight, you don't have to intercept, so there is no risk involved. Now of course if you're great in intercepting, then there is never risk involved, but anyways, you get my point hopefully. And here we're going to bait a few more special attacks, go for a couple of SP2s, and this fight should be in the bag. Overall, I do really like Act 7 and the choice that we have between all the bosses. Completion is looking really easy compared to Act 6 chapters, and yeah, this fight goes down, so we move on to Dr. Voodoo, which is supposed to be an easy fight. So this is a little bit funny. At the time it wasn't, it paused there for a second, but I used Ghost, and you're going to see like it was a perfect fight till the end, and then I messed up pretty big and ended up losing a lot of health on my Ghost. But as you can see, like these fights, they can go wrong at any time. Sometimes you're phasing, the opponent just doesn't want to come in, and you'll have to wait out that cruelty and then go dash back again or just intercept her. Like, it is a weird note. I do like it. It helps you in a way. Like, it's about controlling the fight. That's the thing I like about Bane as well. Because you really, so here's, I messed up so big, and the poison damage I converted that all in the end. But I never thought that the mistake I would make would be to get cleared by Dr. Voodoo's special one. And all those poison were just killing me so fast. But anyways, otherwise, Ghost Trinity, also because you can change one character at the end. It's really good idea to bring Ghost with some synergies. And at the end, because you're not using Hood or Warp, so at the end you can just swap them for someone who is actually good for the boss. And none of the bosses, at least so far, are not soloable. Like, all of them are, like, they have counters where you can get the solo. Like, for the Yondu, I soloed him with the Stark and Spider-Man, and honestly Ghost would probably be really good there as well. And I'm sure there are at least 5 or 10 characters who can easily solo him there. Same goes, so here we have a Venom boss. I went in with Symbiote Supreme. I will bring him in, and you have to be careful about there is some kind of thorn, I don't remember the name. So basically, whenever he has armor up, if you hit him, then you're going to get bleed on yourself. And I didn't pay attention to the nose before going in, so I just got a million bleeds on me and I died to death. I said I died to death. Anyway, so then I went in with Clairvoyant. She is bleed immune, and she has a really reliable nullify. So it was a long fight, but pretty easy fight. You're going to see, I think we ended at a pretty decent amount of health as well. So Clairvoyant, I have been just so impressed with her lately. Like, after the challenge, John Mulaney challenge, I used her for a good 60-70% of the fights there. Then we also, like, in variant 5, I have a really sick Mystic roster. I have Dr. Doom at rank 5, I have her, I have 2 Symbiote Supremes as a rank 2 6-star and also as a 5-star. I have like Longshot now, Morningstar, Mephisto, all at rank 5. And who else? I have a lot of Mystic champions at rank 5. It's one of my most tagged class, but I honestly use Clairvoyant more than anyone. I also have Magic, and she's also really good. But here I was going for this. So this is a pretty stressful fight, because if I miss recoil phasing at all, then I'm pretty much dead, because I'm at 5%. But this fight went pretty well in the starting. Here it just, I'm not sure what happened there, but I died. So we're going to go in. So this could be a little bit tricky. Maybe bring someone for this Miles. And Nick Fury with Suicide Mastery is not great in his second phase, because you have to be careful about the recoil. Otherwise, the best strategy would probably be to get to SP1, then use it and get the tactical charges so he can't evade. But we will finish it off with Claire and then move on to the final boss, which is again going to be that Venom, where we will be again using Clairvoyant. So a lot of and even in the next quest, you're going to see a lot of gameplay with Claire, with Corvus and Ghost. So because like these three, if you run Suicides, they're just on another level. And let's move on to the boss here. This path gave me a full tier 2 alpha, I believe, so that was kind of cool. I always am looking for more tier 2 alpha. I really love this particular feature. Like, I played this quest with Ghost with synergies, but now I can replace one of her synergies with a character who will actually help me with the boss, which is just great. And even though I sucked here with Symbiote Supreme, as you can see, he's already dead, and I didn't make much of a dent on this Venom. The reason again was bad RNG and me being stupid and not reading the notes. But he had armor up and I was hitting into him, and I just got a lot of bleeds. So you don't want that to happen here. Like, when I shifted the mode with Claire, I had to be careful that I have some charges so that when I hit Venom, I will just nullify the armor up if that shows up. And now I'm back in the bleed phase, so at this point you can't really lose this fight unless you push him to his SP2 or take a ton of block damage. Even then, like, you can see we are going to heal an absolute stun. He was not throwing his special 2, so we went for a couple of SP2s with the power drain phase. And because the SP2 has like the fate steel kind of thing that the opponent can't activate any buffs, well, that is active. We're fine, we don't need a bleed immunity. And now we are going to try to bait his SP1 once again. Sometimes he just throws it immediately, sometimes he doesn't want to throw it. Venom's AI has always been really weird, and that is basically the only problem in this fight. Other than that, it is just a pretty big Venom. And yeah, here like he throws it up against a corner. It's fine, I'm playing Quake now, I'm practicing with her a lot, so I'm much more comfortable in the corner than I was a few days before. Here he will throw SP1 once again, and it's just a very long fight. And I bet if you're not running Suicide Masteries, then with Claire it will be even longer. But as long as you can bait his SP1s, you should be fine. Like, there's nothing tricky going on here, just a very long and annoying fight. So that's going to do it for this one. I am going to continue this series. I've already made the next video. I have to commentate on that, and then I'll upload that, and we have 3 more videos to go. So every single path in completion should be up by the end of the week. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, subscribe to the channel for more content like this video, share with your alliance, and bye bye.